Hello, I'm Jim Lampley. On November 12, HBO pay-per-view will take you to Las Vegas for the third fight, long awaited, between Manny Pacquiao and Juan Manuel Marquez. Their first fight was one of the most classic, controversial, and memorable draws of the last 10 years. Their second fight was a knockdown, drag-out affair which ended with a one-point Manny Pacquiao split decision victory. Max Kellerman, Manny Pacquiao has achieved so much and has risen to such a high level in the sport that he's now seen as a pretty heavy favorite against Juan Manuel Marquez, a fighter who has tested him as much as any fighter can be tested in two previous outings. So do all the psychological advantages here go to Marquez?
Go to Marquez over Pacquiao? Well,
because of his incentives.
Yeah, you know, it's interesting. Marquez agreed to fight at a higher weight than he's used to fighting.
Yeah.
He looked terrible the last time he fought at nearly this heavy against Mayweather. Marquez, I'm getting reports, has not been taking this fight or appears not to be training with the same vigor he has in the past. Pacquiao still looks spectacular. It all adds up to what should be an enormous advantage for Pacquiao. But speaking of psychological incentives for Marquez, it reminds me of the Thriller in Manila in a way, where Muhammad Ali was told, don't worry about Joe Frazier, he's done. Ali didn't train seriously. He heard Frazier wasn't training seriously either. And sometime during that brutal fight, Ali leans over to Frazier and says, I heard you were all finished, Joe. And as Frazier digs in for another left hook, he says, they lied to you, champ. They lied. If Pacquiao's expecting that Marquez, his chief rival, the Joe Frazier to his Muhammad Ali, is not taking this seriously and is all washed up, he better hope that they've been lying to him about Marquez, because their first two fights could have gone either way.
But you make a great point. Marquez agreed to take the fight at a catch weight of 144 pounds. He's the legitimate 135-pound champion of the world. When he fought Floyd Mayweather at a higher catch weight, Emmanuel, it appeared to drag him down and put him in the sand, so to speak. He couldn't move. He wasn't the same fighter. If he's going to enter at 144 against Pacquiao, what does that do to his chances?
I think it reduces his chances. When he was preparing for his last fight and we interviewed him, he was fighting at 135. He had told us that he was 132 pounds about a week or so before the fight. So at best, he's really not even a full lightweight as far as I'm concerned. He's just between lightweight and junior lightweight. I think 144 pounds will not work too good for him. His frame is not built for that. I think his best weight should come in about 135, 36, regardless of what the contract is.
That's why Manny Pacquiao is going to be a heavy favorite in the fight, despite the fact that their first two fights were as close as fights can possibly be. But nevertheless, it's Manny Pacquiao against Juan Manuel Marquez. You can't miss it. And it's coming up November 12 on HBO pay-per-view, live from Las Vegas.